Welcome back. Today we'll be working on activity 1.2.3 multi-views, and we'll be creating each of the parts letter A, B, and C in Onshape. This video is just for the 3D models, and you can come back later for the multi-view section and importing your template. If you start here, you see that our front view is this direction, but if you were to create that, it would be really difficult to create a larger profile in less steps without having to make this individual section and then this section and then this section. So I'm going to show you how to do all of this in just 2 simple extrusions. Unlike how we normally start with our front view, I'm going to start with the top so we can create this L shape, and then we'll come back in and add this triangular piece after we've extruded it. So I'm going to start with this L that has dimensions of 2, 4, 6 by 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and then each of these pieces is 2. So 6 by 9 and then 2 units on the end. So coming here, I'll start my sketch, and then this time I'm going to start on the top view. And then I'll change my orientation so that I'm looking straight at it. And then we'll draw some lines, and I'm just going to estimate roughly what those dimensions are, and then I'll come back in and correct them after the fact. So now we're going to add dimensions. This one is 2. This one is also 2. This one is 9. This one is 6. So finish your sketch. Rotate per usual. Oh man. And then we'll extrude it. Looking back, the height of my shape is 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'll select my profile and then change the distance to 8, like that, and then finish that extrusion. So far so good. We've got one profile here. Our next piece will be this little triangle. You'll see that it goes this direction, and then it's 2 units away from the right edge, and then 5 units from this edge. Pay close attention to how you do this one. You want your sketch to be on the bottom, not on the top. Otherwise, your triangle will go the wrong direction, and you can't change that. So I'll rotate up, put it on the bottom, and then change my view so that I can see everything clearly. So we're going to go from this corner to this corner, right click and escape, and then we'll dimension from this edge to this edge, which should be 2, and then finish that sketch. Zoom out and rotate. I'm right clicking to rotate around, and then we'll extrude this triangle. Notice it's going down. You want to change the direction, and it has a height of 6. Click the green check, and that will complete the first one. While I'm here, I'm going to right click on Part Studio 1, and we're going to choose rename, and I'm going to name this one 1.2.3a, and then B and C will follow. I'm going to come over here to this little plus sign in the bottom left-hand corner and choose Create Part Studio. This will give us a new document essentially within this entire document, or this folder, if you will. Looking at this shape, I'm going to start with the front profile, but I'm going to start with this back section instead, and then we'll tack on this triangle and this triangle after the fact. So we're just going to start with this back profile. It has a height of 5, 4 across each of these sections. This is 1 and this is 4. So I'll start my sketch on the front view, change my orientation, and then zoom out. Click your line. I'm going up 5-ish. I can come back and change it later. This should be around 4 and 1 and 4-ish. And then coming back to our starting point, I'll then add some dimensions. This one needs to be 4. Oh, that one needs to be 5. 5. This needs to be 4. This needs to be 1. This one needs to be 4. And then this piece here should automatically correct itself. Finish that sketch, rotate around and extrude. And then change the distance to 2. Looking back at our shape, you'll see this triangular profile is on like the bottom. So just like the previous one when we drew the triangle, we're going to create another sketch on the bottom and then change your orientation and zoom out. Looking at this triangle, it's 4 and then to the corner. So I'm going to start with a line and go this way, roughly 4, and then down to this corner here, right click and escape. Dimension this edge here for a distance of 4. And then finish that sketch. Can then rotate and zoom out. And then we can extrude this triangular piece here. You want it to go up, so change your direction. And then we want that distance to be 2 as well. Click your green check. Double check to make sure it looks correct. And then we'll add this triangle piece here. It goes from this top edge of the overall shape down to the top edge of this triangular piece and has a distance here of 2. So I'm going to rotate around, start a sketch over here, change my orientation, draw a line from this top corner down, right click and escape, and then you want to dimension from here to the edge and make that 2. Like that. Finish your sketch, zoom out and rotate so you can see what you're working with. And then we want to extrude this triangular profile, change your direction for a distance of 2. And then that will complete part B of 1.2.3. Just like before, I'm going to come down here to part 1 studio and we want to rename it. We'll name this one 1.2.3B. And then we'll add one more final part studio. This one, kind of like how we started this one, we can see we had more detail to work with here. You have more detail to work with here. So in order to orient it correctly, we want this to be the profile that we start with, and notice it is on the top view essentially. So we'll draw from the top view, we'll create this whole profile, and then we'll make one extrusion. I'll start my sketch, select the top view, change my orientation, and then start drawing roughly correct. We'll start here and go up. I think this is supposed to be something around 3. And then this is this way. Let's delete that dimension off so it doesn't cause us any trouble later. And I want to save the arc for last, so I'm just leaving this empty for right now and then going to continue working my way around, getting things relatively correct. They don't have to be perfect. But it does help if things are already aligned. Notice how I'm jumping down here and following up that yellow dotted line. That'll make it so these points, this one and this one, are vertically aligned. Notice I did that here too, so that these two were horizontally aligned. And that'll just make things easier for you more than likely as you proceed. Same thing here, we want these to be horizontally aligned and these to be vertically aligned. And then you can come in and add your arc here, here, and then there. like that. And now I'll come in and add some dimensions. So this one here, we want it to be 3. From here to here, we want it to be 2. And this one needs to be 3 as well. This needs to be 7. And since we made these vertically aligned and these are all aligned, that'll make this and this equal, so it probably won't let you put a dimension there. This is supposed to be 1. This is supposed to be 1. This should automatically be 2. It more than likely won't let me change it. See how it's already turning gray, so we'll just press escape. And then this distance is 4. So we'll put a dimension here for 4. And then this one should be 2. So from here to here is 2. Like that. And then this one should have a radius of 1. And then that should be correct. I'll finish my sketch. I'll rotate, extrude, select the profile, distance of 2, and click your green check. And then there we go. I'm using it everything full scale. Everything's full scale. So if it's 7 blocks this way, I did 7 units this way as well. Same thing for all of them. And that will complete all of your parts. Don't forget to rename the last one 1.2.3.